wonder what Aurelian would say if he knew I was this close to a Dremora. But to be completely honest with you, she makes me a little nervous. Absolutely, and I'll be right by your side. Assuming that Dremora is telling the truth and really opens the way for us. She appears to want to help, but I don't entirely trust her.
Exciting, eh? Beasties with wings and angry Vulcaners. You even managed to befriend a Dremora. Clever, that. I made friends with a Dremora once. We had some grand adventures, right until she tried to cut out my lungs. Oh, those were good times. Well, not just fun and games. There's excitement and bloodshed, too. Your Dremora lady friend says she can open the door to the pyramids, but she requires Daedric blood or some such. I'm afraid I'm fresh out of it.
Only those of Daedric blood may enter the pyramid, little mortal. I told you that you'd need my help. A Daedric ritual locks this door, and only a willing offering of kin blood will open it. I am your key to Valkanaz Saris. You are my key to vengeance. My clan was destroyed, erased from this existence. And the hand that orchestrated that destruction was Valkanaz Saris. He thought my clan was a threat to his power. Whatever the right or wrong of it, Saris must pay for what he did. That I cannot do, little mortal. If the Valkanaz is banished by my hand, I will lose honor and standing. If you kill him, however, I remain true to my word. And Saris abides in the darkness with my lost clan until Coldharbour allows him to return. The way is open. Destroy Saris, painfully. He deserves whatever horrors you decide to inflict upon him.
Jode's bones! What is that thing?
Mortal fools, duped by an outcast ship. I will take great pleasure in ending your lives.
My lost clan awaits Saris in the darkness. Even though the blade that banished him was not in my hand, his end was my doing. You have been a most useful weapon, little mortal. Take the labyrinth key, with my thanks. Even by kin reckoning, I have waited a long time to send Saris into the darkness. Allow me to savor this moment, little mortal. What possible interest could that be to you, little mortal? Let me guess. You're worried now that I will order my kin to destroy you. I assure you, a change in leadership can be a time of confusion. No harm will come to you or yours, for now. Kin do not die. Cyrus has been banished to the darkness. Long ago, our clans were locked in war. Cyrus, through treachery, banished my clan. Everyone but me. I accepted a blood oath to remain free, promising that my hand would never harm him. I remained true to my oath. I helped you enter the pyramid. Nothing more. Indeed, the ignominy of a mortal sending Cyrus to the darkness was most gratifying. My goal was revenge. I have no interest in your squabbles. Understand, little mortal, a kin's desire to spill mortal blood never ebbs, even if we don't always act upon it. I am what I am. If we meet again, I will smile as I take your life. You proved very useful and earned the assistance I provided you. But I wouldn't recommend lingering in my territory, little mortal. I cannot vouch for the patience or control of my newly awakened kin.
I hope you brought the key. We're ready to make the final push, but we're finished if we can't get inside. This is our last chance to save our world. It's all or nothing now. How odd that the Dremora aided us against her kin in Molag Bal. She must have had a powerful thirst for vengeance. Anyway, it appears as if we are once again in your debt. Thank you, my brave friend. Our forces have gathered and are ready to move. We need to find the planar vortex and end the plane meld once and for all. Well done! Then we still have a chance. We sent in a small force to cause a distraction. They probably won't survive, but they should keep the enemy busy while we get the rest of our troops inside. We need to make sure their sacrifice isn't in vain. We want you to get in there and open the labyrinth before we send in the entire force and reveal our numbers. Hanan and Gabrielle can brief you on the battle plans for the Fighters Guild and Mages Guild strike teams that will follow after you.
Hello there. Greetings.
The Fighters Guild is ready. We're prepared to follow you into the very heart of Molag Bal's lair. We shall not fail you. Of course, we've already sent in a small force, a distraction as it were. While they keep the enemy occupied, you slip in and open the labyrinth. As you clear a path, Fighters Guild soldiers will fall in behind you to hold the line. You need to be able to move fast. A large force would only draw attention to you and slow you down. Select one of our soldiers to take along if you like, but more than that would be more of a hindrance than a help. I wish you luck in there.
Win or lose, it's been an honor to fight alongside you. That said, let's do our best to win this thing, all right? I'm not sincere very often, and I'd hate to have wasted it just before I die in battle.
I promised to help you if you help me, and here I am. I do not regret what we did to liberate my clan, and I never will. Do you smell that? That's the smell of freedom, and it smells wonderful. The Mages Guild stands ready to do our part for this effort. I just wish I had as much confidence as Vaughn Scalarion. We're facing some overwhelming odds here, you know. Molag Bal is using tactics similar to what we faced in the chasm. He set up a portal to move his troops around quickly. As you head in to open the labyrinth, we need you to close that portal. Me? Really? I'd be honored. But I think you'd be better... Remember, we need you to close that reinforcement portal before you unlock the labyrinth. As long as the portal is functioning, Molag Bal has the ability to overwhelm us with Daedric forces. Me? Really? I'd be honored. But I think you'd be better served with a fighter type right now. I'm sure we'll meet up somewhere along the way, though. I won't let the people of Nirn down. After you disable the reinforcement portal, I'll try to catch up with you before you enter the labyrinth. We'll stop this plane meld together. We have to.
Say the word, and we will attack the Dark Father by your side. My kind can slip through the shadows. We can go where you cannot, and appear at a moment's notice. Call upon me when your need is great, and we will be there. The Blood Matron commands that we aid you, that we honor the deal as it was struck. And so shall it be.
So your journey begins. I wish you safe travels. Let our blessing aid you on your path. Yes, our gift is a blessing from my people. A reward for the help you gave us. The blessing will manifest when you need it most. It will mend wounds that would otherwise end your life. Good luck, champion.
The drunk Nord is worth a dozen of these sober milk drinkers. Imagine how valuable a sober Nord could be. I haven't been in a good brawl in a long time. I'm looking forward to it. We're ready to give those Daedra the beatings they so richly deserve. Kain only knows how long we were stuck in that tavern. We might be a little rusty, but we're strong and willing to fight. My people will help. I promise you that. It will be good to get some blood on our knuckles again. We've been lazy for too damn long. Just tell us where and when and leave the rest to me.
It's time, isn't it? I'm ready for anything. I can't wait to see what's inside the lair of a Daedric prince. Is that what he calls it? His lair? Yes, that sounds right. Nervous? Sure. Everyone's nervous. Even Varnus and the king. But if I had a gold piece for every time I got nervous before diving into a dungeon, well, I'd have a lot of gold pieces. Don't worry, we won't fail you. If not for my brother, I'd be in there swinging a sword with the best of the warriors. But Raynor and Gabrielle need me. Someone's got to watch their backs while they do the magic stuff. But we'll make it out of this. Just like we always do.
The expression upon your face tells me that the time has come. The final assault is about to begin, isn't it? Nothing can ever be absolutely certain, but yes, we're with you. Nirn is as much our world as it is the rest of these people's. How can we do any less than they are? I'm not very good with weapons. Hand me a sword and I'd probably wind up stabbing myself with it. Instead, I'll assist Gabrielle in any way I can. Once we get inside the inner sanctum, we'll be ready to help you face whatever's waiting in there.
I enjoy a challenge as well as the next mage, but this might be a little much, even for me. Still, I'll do whatever I can to make sure our world isn't completely destroyed. While I grew up on the Shivering Isles, I now call Nirn my home. I'm quite familiar with Daedric rules, and the many hazards of oblivion that you are likely to encounter along the way. If you run into anything that falls under these categories, I can quite possibly provide some assistance. I would expect no less.
I am proud of the guild and what we have accomplished thus far, but it isn't over yet. I hope we can continue this unprecedented cooperation a while longer, for I fear our greatest challenge is yet to come.
These louts better be ready for the battle of their miserable lives, because they haven't seen anything yet.
Varnus wants me to round up this interesting bunch and lead them into battle. This should be... challenging? Yes, that's a word. I understand you're going in ahead of us. Be careful in there, and leave a few Daedra for us to deal with.
About time you got over here, old chum. Exercise is all well and good, but if I keep this up much longer, I'll be useless in the actual battle.
Let's tear this coward apart. Let's make Molag Bal wish he'd never been born. Wait a minute, are Daedric princes born? It doesn't matter. He'll wish something when we're done with him. I'm as ready as I'm gonna get. This just makes me so angry. Why in Moloch's name would somebody want to steal an entire world? It makes no sense! Now look what you did. I'm just furious and I need something to hit!
You ever get the feeling you were meant to do something important? Me neither. But this could come close to that. We stopped the plane meld and saved the people of Tamriel? Who wouldn't want to be remembered for doing that?
The Fighters Guild will secure the line behind you. We won't give up any ground you gain.
About time you got over here, old chum. Exercise is all well and good, but if I keep this up much longer, I'll be useless in the actual battle. A quest? How marvelous! I shall march by your side into the darkest depths of foul iniquity, our weapons aloft and aglow with the fires of eternal righteousness. You honor me this day, my friend, I gladly accept this mission.
You ever get the feeling you were meant to do? I've dreamed of this moment. Seriously, I always knew I'd end up fighting to save the world in Cold Harbor. I mean, you were a beautiful warrior with flowing red hair and an ample... Well, no offense. But otherwise, this is just like my dream. You ever get the feeling you were meant to do something important? Me neither. But this, I've dreamed of this moment. Seriously, I always knew I'd end up fighting to...
About time you got over here, old quest. How marvelous! I shall march by your side into the darkest depths of... My sword is yours, my boon companion. Together, we will protect the beautiful realm of Cold Harbor, and perhaps even save that ugly rat hole you call home. Victory! Thy name is Cadwell.
It all comes down to this, my friend. The final fanfare. The last hurrah. I don't know the meaning of the word fear, literally. I don't. But damn if the prospect of entering that gate doesn't twist my guts into knots.
Our forces have gathered and are ready to move. We need to find the planar vortex and end the plane meld once and for all.
Have you selected a companion to accompany you? If you need more time to speak with your friends, please take it. This might be the last chance you get. When you're ready, I'll give you final instructions and we can begin our final assault. Very well. Come with me and I'll explain the exact details of your mission. Our forces are gathered, and the time has come to strike fast and strike hard. Time is not on our side, so we must make every moment count. Troops are already inside, fighting and holding ground, causing a distraction so that you can deal with Molag Bal's ability to call reinforcements. For the initial assault, Cadwell will assist you. Don't be fooled by his bizarre antics, for his heart is full of courage and honor. Close the reinforcement portal. That is your first priority. Gabrielle and her forces will join you then for the push to the labyrinth. Once the labyrinth is opened, you must make your way through Molag Bal's personal sanctum and find the portal to the planar vortex. That is your ultimate objective. If we are to end the plane meld, we must disrupt the planar vortex and cease its destructive storm. Take your brave companion and venture forth. Close the reinforcement portal so that our forces can wage war on the Daedric Prince. Then open the labyrinth and lead us to the planar vortex. Our destiny is in your hands.
One last crystal, chap. One last leap into the fire. Unless we survive, of course. But how likely is that? I love what the Dark Prince has done with this place. Quite lovely. Shame we have to march an army through here. Soldiers rarely take care to watch where they step.
The Dark Lord's vile scheme fails today. I gave you my oath, and I honor such commitments. You sampled my power at the cliffs of failure. Use the power of my thorns as you see fit. Take this seed. Plant it in the body of any dead Dremora, as you did before. A zombie will rise to fight by your side. Together, we will bring the Lord of Scheme's plans down around him.
I need somebody to patch me up.
I love what the dark... One last quest, old chap. One last leap into the fire. Unless we survive, of course. But how likely is that? We're approaching that vile portal of wrongdoing. I can feel it in my bones. It feels like evil. Another beautiful creature has fallen under Molag Bal's spell of evil. We must set her free.
No longer shall the forces of darkness be only used for evil. We stand by you, champion.
Another victory! I'm gonna run out of room on my scabbard. Where will I mark my kills?
As I sensed that you sealed Molag Bal's portal, I figured it was safe enough to follow you. Gabrielle has assembled a team of mages and scholars to aid you inside the labyrinth, as we need all of the fighters for the main assault. Now that we don't have to worry about overwhelming hordes of reinforcements, we're sending in the main assault force. While they keep Molag Bal's minions busy, you need to navigate the labyrinth and find the portal to the plein air vortex.
Stay out of trouble while I can't.
Of course not. Even I am not so foolish as to enter Molag Bal's inner sanctum myself. Gabrielle and her mages will accompany you inside. Oh, you'll know the source of our world's destruction when you see it. Just find a way through the labyrinth, and try not to let the deadly traps and horrible monsters kill you. Now go, and good luck. Don't lose hope, my friend. We're depending on you.
This room is so big. I never expected the prince to be much of a reader. But all these books, imagine the wealth of knowledge they contain. I could spend years in here. If we didn't have more important matters to deal with, I mean. We can't get out of this room. The door on the other side won't budge, and we haven't been able to figure out the mechanism yet. Search around the room, I guess. Who knows? You might find something useful among the dark tomes and old fables about lusty Argonians. But I've never seen a mechanism like this before. It's rather fascinating.
Listen to this, Kirith. Reach out and touch a brazier to draw forth the fire and launch it in the direction of your choosing. How fascinating. I wonder what it means. This book, I think it references this device. If I'm reading this correctly, and of course I'm reading this correctly, then these flames can be used to power the mechanism that opens the gates. Frankly, the workmanship is stunning. I'm jealous. Simply touch the Daedric fire. For a short time, the power of the flame will transfer to you, much like any conjuration spell. It can then be launched in any direction. Get as close as you can and throw the fire into the 4 open tubes.
Do you think Molag Bal actually reads this stuff? Sorry. Trying to help my brother find something useful here, but look at all these books. I always wondered what a Daedric prince read at bedtime. Some of this stuff is pretty disturbing.
I recognize these devices. I've researched them, even written reports about them. Never saw one in person, though. They are marvelous to behold. Only a god could craft an artifact of such brilliance. I have a notion. It involves the large metal tubes on the walls. According to my research, they resemble a Daedric device that requires a source of power to operate. But as you can plainly see, no power flows through them at the moment. A fair assumption. Do you see the small openings near each of the tubes? If we can figure out how to move these icy flames over to them, that should provide the power to open the door. I recognize.
Listen to this, Kirith. Reach out and touch a brazier to draw forth the fire and launch it in the direction of your choosing. How fascinating. I want this book. I think it references this device. If I'm reading this correctly, and of course I'm reading this correctly, then these flames... Listen to this, Kirith.
I recognize these devices. I've researched them, even written reports. I have a notion. It involves the large metal tubes on the walls. According to my research, they resemble a Daedric device that requires a source of power to operate. But I recognize them.
on, we're almost there.
Even for a well-traveled denizen of the plains such as myself, this place is way beyond my comfort level. I fear it won't get any easier.
There's no time to rest. We have to keep moving. I'll make sure our flank is protected while you clear the way ahead.
Look at this. I'm actually sweating. I can't remember the last time I performed this much physical exertion. This better be worth it. Usually Kirith deals with these things while I deal with the research and the...
I hate to say it, but this place is starting to get a bit overwhelming. No, I'm just kidding. This has been exciting so far. I'm having a great time.
A one-way door. Looks like we can only go forward from here. I hope the others are all right. I can't imagine we have too much farther to go. We just need to cross this region, and we'll find the planar vortex in no time. Stick close to me. There's probably something waiting in here that wants to kill us. There has to be a way to get out of here. We need to find a way out of here. I need to get this door open. Hold them off while I work on this. The door's finally open. Let's go!
I knew I'd find them here. Interesting. I'd never been to this area before, but it's breathtaking.
Cadwell, your mastery of portals does you proud!
It took a bit of work, but I was able to track you down. Just one of my many gifts, if you must know.
That was a close call. Thanks for helping me in there. I don't know about you, but I'm really starting to dislike Daedric death traps.
Cadwell takes some getting used to, I must admit. But he really is an amazing fellow. Wait a moment. What happened? Where's the rest of your team? Well, the others will have to fend for themselves for the time being. I'll send Cadwell to find them shortly. Things are looking grim outside, by the way. We've lost many fine men and women already, and the battle is far from over. Even without his portal, Molag Bal has the ability to throw an unlimited number of forces at us. We're holding our own, but just barely. Winning isn't our goal, though. We just need to survive long enough for someone to reach the plain air vortex. Far too many. Hanan was caught by surprise and wiped out, along with a large number of Fighters Guild soldiers. King Dinar's group was also ambushed, but he managed to fight his way out of it. Many were wounded, though. Time is running out. Thank Cadwell for that small favor. I'm not sure how he does it, but I think he's grown so attached to Coldharbour that he's actually become part of it. Unfortunately, he can only teleport one other person at a time, and it is a lengthy process. The portal that leads to the plain air vortex is just around the bend. Molag Bal won't simply let you walk up to it, though. He's going to do everything he can to stop you. I'll provide what help I can, and as usual, it will be considerable. Now go!
Have done well, my child. You have performed better than I expected. Even in the face of unrelenting danger and the worst horrors Oblivion has to offer. I am impressed. Like you, I have come to finish this. Thanks to the efforts of your army, you have gotten this far without drawing the gaze of Molag Bal. I use a similar distraction to travel through this disagreeable realm unmolested. Keep working on it. You will solve the riddle eventually. There is more to do if you wish to save your world. To halt the plane meld, you must enter the eye of the storm. The planar vortex can only be disrupted from the inside. I have been with you every step of the way. I provided a safe haven in Coldharbour. I gave you knowledge of the lights of Meridia. I needed a surrogate to act in my stead. I dared not risk exposing my true nature to the Dark Prince. Used you? Of course I used you. But you knew what was at stake from the beginning, and did what was necessary to save your world. Every choice you made was your own. As it happens, your choices suited my own ends. You must enter the planar vortex, the interstices of space and time, where Nirn and Coldharbour churn and meld. Destroy the dark anchors within. Unleash the power of a light of Meridia at the focal point of the plane meld, and disrupt the vortex. The life of one insignificant mortal to save an entire world? It is a small sacrifice. If you succeed, the brilliance of the unleashed light will consume the vortex and sever the plane meld, Nirn will be saved. Ask your questions, but know that time is growing short. You cannot hope to succeed without the support of your allies. I will summon those who still live and draw them into the vortex with us. The light of Meridia cleanses and purifies. There is nothing to fear from its brilliant embrace. Into his dark realm. We must break these vile chains. My power is greater in this between place. The Dark Prince will need stronger chains than that to stop me. Come. We have things to discuss. You seem surprised, mortal. Did you not suspect my true identity? I did not pretend, mortal. I am the groundskeeper. I merely hid the fact that I am also a Daedric prince. My plans have been long in the making. Had I revealed myself too soon, I could have jeopardized everything. Do not presume to question my motives. Suffice it to say, I required mortal assistance to destroy the vortex and halt the plane meld. Reality is a game, mortal. Learn to play, or resign yourself to becoming one of the pieces that is meant to be sacrificed. Your allies have arrived. Speak to them before we continue. Speak to your friends, for these moments may be their last. But do not tarry too long. Time is fleeting, and each moment is a thief that steals far more than it brings. The Lord of Brutality uses dark anchors to bind this vortex. We must destroy all three before the power of Meridia's light is unleashed. Otherwise, the resulting backlash could destroy Nirn as surely as the plane meld would. Meridia's light must be unleashed at the focal point of the vortex. We will need to locate that focal point. Again, I remind you that this will be your last opportunity to speak to your allies before the final battle begins. When you are ready, let me know.
Most people dream of lusty Argonians or delectable dishes, but not old Darien. Oh no, I dream about planar vortexes and blinding lights of Meridia. How is that possible? And why do I keep asking questions that no one can answer? Why waste words when I can simply show you? Look around. I've been dreaming about this place since I was a young boy. Seeing it live and in person, that's a bit unnerving. Why couldn't this be that other dream I regularly have? With a blinding light, brighter than any I've ever seen. Then I'm in a room where everything's illuminated, as if the world itself is made of light. I'm alone. And then I wake up. It's always the same. And I'll soon wake up in a really bright room, too hungover to remember what I did, I hope. But that's not likely, is it? I'm alive, which is more than I can say for a lot of the soldiers out there. I keep thinking that if I would have stayed back, I could have changed things. I know how war works, though. Someone, somewhere is always going to die. I've made it this far. I don't have any intention of giving up just yet. I need to see how this dream really ends.
I imagined that this was going to be a grand adventure, but I never pictured the horror of all this. So many of our friends and companions have died, and this damn vortex still threatens our world. I think it's time we shut it down. Permanently. Damn right I'm determined. And more than a little irritated at all this. Come on, hero. Let's show Molag Bal how it's done. Then I can get back to the ordinary craziness I usually get to deal with. I think we can. I hope we can. All I know is we've come too far to give up now. I just worry that we still have a lot of fight left to go. I think more of us are going to die before this is all over.
Did I hear that right? We're going to blow the vortex apart. Great. But how do we get out of here once the light explodes? Please tell me you have an idea. That's not an idea. We're just going to plant a magical explosive and hope for the best. I thought my brother Raynor's ideas were bad. I'm not sure I can take much more of this. People are dying. I've lost friends, people I looked up to. I can't lose Raynor too. There has to be another way. Yes, I do. People died so we could get this far. I owe them to see this through. My brother and I will stand with you. We'll make sure no one follows us through that gate. I have to help. No matter what. You better not let us down, you hear me? Do what you need to do, and we'll do the same. Just like running through a dungeon back home in Deshan, but with more Daedra.
I thought for sure we were done with all this. I followed the others through the portal, and now look what I've gotten involved with. This looks like the end of the world. As I said, I thought we were finished. I figured that Varnis opened a portal to send us back home. Imagine my consternation and surprise when I realized where we actually were. I think not. I may not be a mighty warrior or a powerful mage, but I am a genius and a master tinkerer. I know I can help, and my sister Kirith as well. Perhaps we can stay right here and guard our flank. Yes, I think that's what we'll do.
If we had known all this was happening, maybe my people could have stopped it. Valenwood is part of Nirn after all. But that's probably just wishful thinking. I've spent my life hiding in a dark forest. I've never seen the sky over Valenwood, or felt real rainwater on my skin. Molag Bal lied to us, and I'll never forgive him for that. I'm proud to be a part of all this. It's better to die fighting for what you believe in, than to die fat and content. I read that in a book. It wasn't a good book, but the phrase stuck with me. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. Inspiring quotes are nice and all, but living to tell our own tale is so much better. We'll adjust to our true home again in time. For many of us, it will be the first time we get to see our homeland. That will be an exciting day.
I always wanted to see a planar vortex up close and personal. Isn't that sky spectacular? Wait, what are we doing here again? Of course! Ah, our epic quest. It must have slipped my mind. I've been on so many of these adventures, you know. After a while, they tend to blend together, kind of like these two realms are doing. Oh, sorry, old chap. That's a bad thing, right? Yes, yes, I knew that. Terrible getting your dismal world into the wondrous vistas of Coldharbour, like dipping bread in honey. Frightfully repulsive. Still, I believe this might just be my best quest yet. Well, that'd just be disgusting, wouldn't it? You know where honey comes from? It's regurgitated flower nectar. Oh, very well. I accept your challenge. Now, let's go and finish this so that I can taste your bitter poison. Concerned? About what? We're heroes, my boon companion, and heroes always win. Let that be a lesson to you. Now, let's go and stop the plane meld.
I thought the battle behind us was dreadful, but this place, it boggles the mind. Still, we've made it this far. Victory is within our grasp, especially now that the Radiant Lady stands with us. I've seen the rise and fall of my people. Yet I stand before you, the last of my kind. I am the last Iliad. But I am proud to call you my friend. Cruel tyrants and conquerors, who believed ourselves better than the other races of Nirn. When the lesser races decided we were the enemy and united against us, our downfall was all but guaranteed. We were too stubborn to see where we were wrong. That is a reason I am the last king of the Iliads. I stood alongside the younger races, aided them. I believed in what they fought for. I was there when the power of High Rock switched from the Alessians to the Dareni. And I remember you, my young friend. The magic of your armor was not enough to deceive me, though the power you wielded could have done more harm than good. I am glad you used it to make the right decision in the end.
Meridia and Molag Bal have always hated each other with a fiery passion, but that hatred has cost so many of our lives. I have a notion to show them both why Vanus Galerian's power should be feared. Chances? I don't believe in luck or fortune. We'll win this day with blood and magic, or we'll die trying. I won't lie to you, I doubt we can win this fight, but that doesn't mean we won't try. No, we can't. But we're not the chosen ones. We're not heroes of destiny fated to succeed. We're simply soldiers, brothers and sisters fighting for what they care about. We're united and that makes us strong. That's what's important here. It's good to know your faith hasn't wavered. These men and women follow you. They face death itself to fight at your side. They will stand with you until the end. Don't disappoint them. The same thing that happens to everybody. The world ends and everyone dies. And that's the best scenario. More likely, they'll all become soul-shriven slaves in Coldharbour. No, we can't. But we're not the chosen ones. We're not heroes of destiny fated to succeed. We're Remember who you're talking to, champion, but you're right. Know that these people trust you. They'll follow you. The same thing that happens to everybody. The world... No, we can't. It's good to know your faith hasn't wavered. These men and women follow you.
Speak to your friends. For these moments may be their last. But do not tarry too long. Time is fleeting, and each moment is a thief that steals far more than it brings. The Lord of Brutality uses dark anchors to bind this vortex. We must destroy all three before the power of Meridia's light is unleashed. Otherwise, the resulting backlash could destroy Nirn as surely as the plane meld would. Meridia's light must be unleashed at the focal point of the vortex. We will need to locate that. Again, I remind you that this will be your last opportunity to speak to your allies before the final battle begins. When you are ready, let me know. Speak the Meridia's again. So it begins. Destroy the remaining anchors. I shall begin searching for the focal point of the vortex. The chains bind both planes. We cannot use the light until those chains are destroyed. Go quickly. We have to hurry. Molag Bal knows we're here.
I grow weary of your games, Meridia.
Go, warriors of light. These dark chains must be broken.
You cannot stop me, Meridia. This realm will be mine.
If only we could have known about all of this. If we'd have known about this before everything happened. Maybe my people could have stopped it. Or maybe it's... I've spent my life hiding in a dark forest. I've never seen the sky over Valenwood. It's better to die fighting for what you believe. And I believe it too. You should. We're running out of time. I'll make sure these anchors are destroyed. You have to keep moving. Place the light and disrupt this vortex.
I'm sticking with her, my friend. Gabrielle and me, we've been through a lot. I'm not going to leave her alone.
Darian.
No one else dies today. That's an order. Come on, let's go set the light in place.
The light approaches. It brightens the shadows. It attempts to break the darkness.
But the darkness is strong. Our Father, our God, He is the darkness. He shall repel the light approaches. He will consume the light. He will tear it apart. He will destroy it. He will destroy you.
Our Father has spoken. He wishes us to challenge you, and you alone.
What's going on?
You believe that light can destroy my plane meld? Your prince thinks I would allow this? She is more foolish than I thought. Most curious. This light powers you somehow. Meridia, where are you hiding?
Merely fetching those who would stand against you.
I tire of this game. Now you shall die.
Quickly, get behind my shield.
Did you think it would be that easy? My minions will tear you apart!
Gabrielle! Focus all your energy into this! We can't let up!
I'm doing my best!
You deal with the crystal. We'll take care of our new guests. These are some ugly bastards! Is this the best Molag Bal can throw at us? I'm hardly working up a sweat!
This may well be our last battle. Let's make them remember it.
You must hurry! My shield can't withstand much more of this.
Almost! There!
I can feel it, Honest. We can beat this. We can. Darian! Behind you!
Have no fear, beautiful Gabrielle. I have this under control.
You have to hurry! We can't hold them back much longer!
The light is ready. Quickly, release it.
Darian! Get back here! Darian!
The planar vortex is destroyed. Molag Bal's plane meld is at an end. You are mortal. You began to die the moment you were born. You are not fully dead. Not yet. Your song has only just begun, and many verses still lay before you. The vortex has been destroyed. I designed this place to be familiar and calming to you. It is a small pocket of oblivion, under my protection. No harm will come to you here. Those present when you shattered the light were under my protection. They gather in the room beneath us, saying their farewells. Those who were not a part of the final battle, I cannot say. The Ayleid king suffered grievous wounds. He is near death, but he has not passed yet. Do you not see how singular you are? How remarkable? You entered the realm of a Daedric prince, gathered an army strong enough to fight his legions, and saved your mortal world. You are a valuable asset, mortal. You will be of great use to us. For the nonce, we require nothing. But the Dark Princes have taken notice of you, and they have plans, and plans within plans. Prepare yourself. And be ready when Oblivion calls. Those present when you shattered the light were under my protection. They gather in the room beneath us. The Ayleid king suffered grievous wounds. He is near death, but he has not passed yet.
I fear the king's wounds are too extensive for us to heal. He doesn't have much time left.
Please, you have to hold on. We can't lose any more of our companions. There's been too many deaths already. How can you ask me that after what we've been through? Darien, the king, so many injuries, so many deaths. I don't know. He wasn't here when we arrived. I didn't see him. When the light erupted, Vanis, Dinar, and I appeared here. No one else. Just us. I think Darien's gone.
My time has finally come, it seems. I have lived far longer than any of my people. Finally, I will be able to join them once more. Meridia's shield protected the others. Darien and I were outside the shield, dealing with Molag Bal's damn portals. I watched as light filled your body. You were a beacon, and the last thing I will ever see. Darkness fills my eyes. As the light erupted around me, someone pushed me closer to Meridia's shield. It was too late to save me, but it did bring me here. My fate doesn't matter. I'm gladdened by the thought that Nirn is safe. Then I shall rest well, knowing my final day, the final day of the Ayleid people, was spent saving Nirn from the clutches of Molag Bal. And I want you to have this. A gift from my people to the hero of Nirn. To honor you and those who fell beside me in this great battle. Thank you. May the spirits guide me on my way.
We will honor the Ayleid King for his sacrifice this day. We will honor everyone's sacrifice this day. I'm still trying to work that out myself. When you touched the light, you erupted in holy flame. We thought we had lost you, truth be told. I've never seen destruction like that before. Even Molag Bal reeled in pain from its touch. I don't know. Anyone not in the vortex should have been protected from the blast. But I have no way to know if they survived the actual assault. Anyone inside besides us? I can only imagine the light took them quickly. As am I, my friend. As am I. Let's leave this place once and for all. May the companions we lost along the way find their own way home.
How many did we lose today? I can't even count. I fear going back home, seeing who survived and who didn't. It's all just so overwhelming. How can you ask me that after what we've been through? Darien, the king. I don't know. He wasn't here when we arrived. I didn't see him. When the light erupted, Vanis, Dinar, and I appeared here. No one else.
The planar vortex is just...
The hour has arrived, Vestige. The final confrontation with the god of schemes is at hand. The 5 companions gather at the harborage. Meet us there.